Hello, everybody. It's Monday afternoon here in England, and I have the privilege, the pleasure, the awesome, totally fabulousness of Emma Hadley. Woo! Welcome, gorgeous lady. All the way down in Exmouth is too bloody far because you used to be really close up here to me, and now you're far. Are you loving it?
I know. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I can go to the sea.
I know. I saw your Facebook Live and the beach. That's a very long beach, lady.
It's huge. It's about 1.5 miles long. It's really long. Lots of nice sand.
I'm very impressed. So have you done, the summer sandcastle-y, dogs on the beach, picnic, all that kind of jazz?
A little bit. They restrict dogs on the beach in the summer. So not so much dogs on the beach, but a little bit. I think probably more this year now I've met my lovely fiancé. And I'm getting to know more people down here. So I think probably more so this year than I did last year, because I've only been here just over 12 months. So
yeah. So this is going to be the summer. Oh, it's going to be the first summer of you and gorgeousness and wonderfulness. I'm loving it. Loving it. Woo!
Me too.
Yes. So I've invited you on here today so that you can be cross-examined by the Jodie of the Pivot, because that's totally fabulously fun. But you've got an amazing business. You've got an amazing story. You are putting yourself out there. I love the visibility you're showing on your Facebook page. It's awesome. There's a lot of entrepreneurs out there who kind of expect the world to come to them. And you're like me, you're a go-getter, you're a maker-happener, you get out there and it's wonderful. It's really, really beautiful to see. So I thought I would get you on here, capture you, and help you share your story on my page as well. So do you want to start by just telling me why you're here, what it is you do? So Love Me Slender, what is that about? And just share your backstory for me. That'd be wonderful.
Well, Love Me Slender came about because someone came up with a name, but it is a cool name. However, there's so much that sits underneath a name.
Yeah.
And that's the whole thing, really. I mean, we label ourselves as something that gets us out there to make us visible and memorable. Actually, what sits underneath is so much more. And for me, a lot of people kind of make this assumption that it's our weight loss business. And actually, I'm all about really creating that sexy, healthy body and mind for good, because I was massively overweight. I couldn't walk at one point. I could barely walk a mile, never mind like anything else. And I've been on my journey. I lost weight with a diet club, and then I got to the point where I thought, well, what do I do now? How do I keep going? And when I got to that point, I ended up trying so many diets to keep going. Somehow felt wrong. Yeah. And at the same time, growing up, I had a lot of mental health issues. So I couldn't get in the shower without having a panic attack. I was that claustrophobic. My university years were me sat in a room pretty much being a hermit because I couldn't stand to go and party like everybody else did.
Yeah.
And that had a big thing with my weight as well. So as I started to deal with a lot of the sort of mental side as well as the physical side, it's kind of been this wibbly wobbly journey. And actually that's really bigger, because actually...
Oh, we've lost Emma a little bit. Hopefully she comes back. Because she's in Exmouth. It's the whole internet issue with living in a gorgeous place out in the countryside. You don't actually have very much on the internet. Yes, she's back. Emma, are you back? I'm hoping she's back. Emma! Oh, we had a little bit of Emma then. We're struggling today with the internet. I don't know whether Mercury's in retrograde or what's going on, but we had lovely Philippa earlier and we had to stop the interview and start again. I think we might have lost Emma. Yeah, we've lost Emma. So what I'm going to do...
Yeah, I'm back.
Yes, you're back. I was just saying we'd lost you, but we haven't. Okay, good. And you know what? You're not pixelated now, so I think you're back with a vengeance.
Yes.
Woo!
It is really dodgy down here. So if I go again, I'm really sorry.
Don't you worry. We have all the patience in the world because your story is worth listening to. So we got as far as you saying that after you'd lost the weight, all that was available to you at that time was just more and more diets. And you didn't like that idea at all, and you thought there must be another way.
Yeah. And at the same time, I started to realise how important my mental health was as well. Because, you know, to overcome the panic attacks, to deal with the stress in my life and all of that. And actually, to start to bring the pieces of the puzzles together became more and more important to me. And on the back of all of that, as I dealt with it myself, I realised I wanted to help others deal with it. Now, it's taken me a long time to really be able to sort of say what I'm about. And that's because I'm still on that journey of like dealing with what goes on in my head. And, you know, I've got into fitness the last couple of years because I had a dodgy back and all of this kind of stuff. And that was another piece of the puzzle. And, you know, this whole Love Me Slender has been such a big development for me and still is. Because you can imagine coming from somebody who wouldn't say boo to a goose and panicked in the shower, to doing things like this, to doing Facebook Lives. I love doing speaking now, and all of that has been a big journey. And to get my message out there, even now, because there's so many voices that are going, eat this, eat vegetarian, eat vegan, your way is really rubbish, blah, blah, blah. Come, shout, drink the coffee and all of that. And I still kind of go, oh, well, actually, I don't believe in all of that. I believe in finding a way that works for you, and finding balance. And I want to help you with that and actually make it through the change. And I've kind of felt a bit intimidated at points. So I'm still learning and I'm still getting myself out there and all of that kind of stuff in and amongst all of this. And that's what I'm about, really, is that learning, is that thriving and challenging. And it all led me to move to the sea with a very bad internet signal.
Yes, but you got the sea, so it more than makes up for it. I love it. I think the brilliant thing about your message is that you're not just saying, hey, I'm going to help you lose weight, because there are freaking loads of people out there. You know, Facebook timeline of just blah, 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 blah. Look at this beach body, blah, blah, blah. What you're talking about is actually that we need to change how we feel about ourselves. We need to change our self-love. We need to change our mindset. And then we need to approach being healthy in a really healthy way. We need to be healthy in a sexy, vibrant, excited way, not, oh my God, you know, I've got to self-flagellate because I need to eat broccoli this afternoon and lettuce for pudding. You know, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. I think I have a really good, healthy relationship with food. I love my food. I really do. I have a real balance of the foods that I love. I love cake. I love seafood. I love vegetables. I love a massive bloody leg of lamb held in my hands with the juices dripping down my elbows. I'm not going to be a vegan. I have ducklings in the garden. I eat duck eggs, but I still eat duck. You know, I'm not going to be the person who says, oh, goodness, I have to be vegan. It's the only way to be healthy. But everything's about balance and having that healthy attitude to being healthy instead of it being a chore, a punishment, self-flagellation. I'm loving your message. I think it's absolutely superb. So how do you help people when somebody says, do you know what, Emma, bloody hell, this is brilliant? Are you in a position where you work one-to-one with people, or do they sign up for courses? Do you do accountability things? Because I would imagine accountability is quite a big thing in your world. Yeah,
I do kind of a combination. So I do the traditional one-to-one, and that's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm about to launch a test of a group program, because the one thing that I think works very well with a lot of clubs and things like that is that sense of community and support. Absolutely. And that ongoing accountability. So I'm really passionate about that, and I'm literally in the process of launching that, and I've called it Irresistible.
Yes.
So I think we should. Yeah, I know, it's a powerful word.
Yes.
So I'm in the process of that. And then one of the things I do want to do is to have that platform of accountability. I haven't quite worked out how that's going to work yet, but I do think that ongoing accountability and working out, actually I'm doing this and having that person to sound off against is something I really want to create. Right. I'm big into creating things. I love creating courses and freebies and all of that, and anything that can really actually help someone. Yeah, because it is about enjoying the journey as well. It's not just about like eating, as you say, broccoli or whatever. It's the whole thing. Yes. So that's kind of what I'm offering at the moment.
Brilliant. I think a really good thing about being able to offer online courses these days is that you get to be in the position where you can offer the same content in a different guise. So, for example, there are some people who the idea of a Facebook group to work through a course is hell. They don't want that at all. They're very insular people. They don't want to be in a community. They just want to jump on and do your course as an individual without support and community. But then there'll be people who bloody love the idea of being in a group. I love running group workshops. I think it's awesome. I watch my members supporting each other and feeding back. And it's not just me doing support and feedback in there. It's them doing it to each other. And I love that. It gives me a real buzz. But then there's also people who need that one-to-one, and a group isn't enough. So what you're able to do is offer the same content, but you know, for different budgets and for different types of people. So that's awesome. I love it. I love it. So Emma, really,
that's really important. Sorry.
So, no, I was just going to say you're really active on your Facebook page and you do some amazing lives. I love watching you with Sam. Emma has a gorgeous collie called Sam, who is the spitting image of a collie I had when I was 12. And so whenever I see her Facebook live, I'm like, oh my God, it's my baby dog. It's gorgeous. He is so beautiful. And he has very amusing things because the dog bloody eats everything. And and yeah, so you really get to know Emma with her lives, which I think is so important. This is not just about sharing our business offerings and telling people what we do. It's about bonding and creating relationships so that people want to work with you. And I think your lives absolutely do that. You're doing a really good job. So get over to Emma's Facebook page so that you can follow and watch her lives. What's your Facebook page, please, honey?
Well, my Facebook page is Love Me Slender, but my URL, which I love, is facebook.com/Love Emma Hadley.
Oh, gorgeous. I like that. When I build websites for people, in the copyright at the bottom where I give myself a credit, I put Made with Love by Jodie.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Nice to have a bit of love. It's nice to have a bit of love out there. So thank you so much for joining us, gorgeous. That was an awesome interview. It was lovely having you here today. So thank you. And everybody, please, you know, jump on Facebook and follow Emma because she is a joy to watch and she has a really, really helpful message, a really bloody powerful message to share. So get on there and follow. Thank you for joining me, darling. I'll speak to you soon.
No worries.
Cheers.
Bye.